Hello. Welcome to the channel where I talk about the project that I will be making continuously behind the scenes and what I have done since my last video. I have a question to ask you. First of all, did you understand what I just said? Do you understand what this channel is about based on what I have just said? Because I'm kind of like, I don't want to be too repetitive for the people that are subscribed. You know, if you subscribe, I don't want to be too repetitive and on every single video saying the exact same thing. But I also want to get the point across to every new viewer that will click on the video of what the channel's about. So if you understood what the channel's about based on that intro segment, then please tell me. And if you didn't, please tell me. Just tell me. Tell me everything. Tell me your deepest... I don't want to know your deepest, darkest secret. Okay. This has gone way off the rails. Okay, back on track. I'm balding. I haven't recorded one of these in like a week. Why am I... This is gonna be terrible to edit. Okay. I've said nothing funny yet. Okay. I need a minute. Hold on. I wanted to talk about how things just come together and how it's like it's coming together with the channel and with my project that I'm doing. And it's like life in general, honestly, just like comes together. Like you think things are going wrong. You think things are, you think, oh, I tried to draw this one thing 20 times and I failed, but then you do it the 21st time and it's like, oh, that's it, that's the one, I'm glad I did 20 of these just to get to the 21st, because that is exactly what I wanted. And that's with the drawing. And then with the channel, it's like, I can't believe the amount of support that I've gotten on this channel is insane. Just for people that like want to see the behind the scenes of the project. Like, I don't want to be repetitive. I said this on another video. It's like, you want to know what's next of the series? That's insane. Like 40 people that subscribe to the channel that like want to see at least what the next video holds. So thank you for that. But, the channel is, it's going well. The series is going well. Granted, I'm probably not going to hit the deadline date. But if I ignore that, the series, it looks amazing. It sounds amazing. The channel's doing great. Everything's just falling into place. And it's like, you can't always get everything you want in life, but you can get pretty close. And being able to to create something that's just been in my head for years, these characters, maybe not the specific story, but these characters, definitely. This is the backstory to the story that's been in my head for years, but I wanted to do the backstory first because I didn't want to go straight into the first story because I high it to such a high standard. Long story short of the whole thing is like, this is the backstory because I hold the original story to such a high standard. I decided to write the backstory. But that doesn't mean the backstory's bad. I love it so much. And I'm adding on to it every day, adding on to the script. I don't have the 100% details, but I'm adding new dialogue every day. I'm working on it every day. And visually, not every day. I probably should get more into doing it visually because that's probably what's going to take up like the most time. But right now, I enjoy writing it. So I'm going to continue writing. And then, maybe one day I won't enjoy writing as much and I'll enjoy doing the visuals more, and then I'll do a bunch of visuals that day. You just do what I did scene 5 before I did scene 4 of episode 1, so it doesn't have to go in order. If you're really not feeling scene 4, just jump to scene 5 and then go back to scene 4. That's what I did. And now I've completed scene 5 and I love scene 5, but before I was really having trouble with scene 5. So I went to scene... Wait, no, I was having trouble with scene 4, and then I went to scene 5, and then I completed scene 5, and then I went back to scene 4, and scene 4 was just, like, easy the second time around. But yeah, it's like, sometimes it just falls into place, sometimes it doesn't. You can just jump to a future thing, do that, and then go back, and then it's, you know, sometimes it doesn't, and then you got to go to scene 6, but then eventually you'll do scene 4, and maybe scene 4 is like so much easier because you have the expertise of doing scene 5, 6, 7, 8. Now scene 4 is like, obviously I needed to do the line and movement over there. There was such a funny thing I did when I was editing. A hand. See, I don't want to talk. This channel is so tough because I want to talk to you about the behind the scenes. That's what this entire channel is for, but I don't want to spoil the story. So I'm like, does me saying what this hand is doing spoil much? Will me saying there is a hand doing this motion spoil the entire plot? No, it's not. So the hand is tossing something, and I edited the wrist and separated it from the arm, and it looked like it was broken. It was fully just a broken hand for like, I don't know, a good 5 minutes while I was editing it. I had to like warp the arm to make it catch up to the hand, but now it looks great. Yeah, that's basically what I've done since the last video, mostly writing. It's really hard to show on my channel some of the stuff that I've been doing lately because most of it has been the writing, which is plot details and stuff. But I think I've hit a curve and I've hit a turn, a dead end, I don't know. Some analogy where I am now changing directions and going to do a lot more visual stuff. I did some visuals today as well as writing. I feel like I'm slowing down on the writing, maybe going a little bit more for the visuals. That's not to say I don't like the writing. I love the writing, but I also love the visuals. And there's just sometimes I love one a little bit more, and then I do one a little bit more, and then other times I'm just lazy. But that's another story for another day. I'm trying to think if there's anything I can show you yet. You know, I'll show you a little behind the scenes part of my journal where I sketch some stuff as opposed to the final product, which I have been showing. I'll show you like one page. I'll flip through and pick one to show you because you'll get a little you'll get an interesting idea of what the behind the scenes of like how I put it together looks like, because it's such a strange process. But I'll show you in a second. Hold on. Which one do I want to show? I guess I'll just show nah. I think I'll show this one. Okay, so the one I'm going to show you is where I was doing an eye. I scrapped that eye, so this is technically not much of what is in. The ear is the same, but the eyes of this page aren't in the series at all. The ear is, and you can see my thought process. But you can see how it's kind of, I'll show you in a second, hold on. You can see how it's like separated. So the eye, this is the eyelash, this is the eye, these are the eyelids. And then I take photos of them and I upload them to my computer where I then put it into a photo editor and edit them together. So it gives a very interesting visual. And then we have, you've got the leaf that I used for the intro. This is the leaf. I've already shown the animation on one of my previous videos of this, which is I think my favorite part so far of everything I've visually done. And then this is actually what I put to make it look like the leaf folded. And I cut out this bit and then I pasted this on top of it. And I also attempted to just duplicate this after I cut it and flip it around, but it didn't look right, so I created this afterwards. And then this looked way better. But yeah, that is going to be the end of this video. I'm going to be doing a lot more visual stuff and a lot more, hopefully, videos on this channel because I really like doing the behind the scenes stuff, and it seems like a lot of other people enjoy it too. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will be making a new one soon. Actually, I'm not saying that. Every time I say, every time I have a deadline and I say soon, I never do it. It's like a curse. So no, I'll never make a new video ever again. Bye. Never soon. Never soon. See ya. Or not. See you never soon. Never soon.